We're back, folks, here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, online at WTKA.com. We're live here inside the Suburban Chevrolet Make the Choice studios, and it's that time of year. Softball is returning to Ann Arbor, home opener coming up. Got a chance to, I was over at the gym yesterday, Ira, talking to one of Hutchins' former players. Can't wait to get out there and watch the Wolverines as they get things started at home. But as you guys well know, the season is well underway and already a great deal of success, a successful spring break tour. And joining us to recap that, look ahead to the home opener, Michigan softball coach Carol Hutchins. Hutch, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
You came back and you brought the nice weather with you.
Well, isn't that a change? Usually when I get to a tournament and the bad weather arrives at the tournament, they always blame me for bringing it. So I hope I did bring it back, but we're certainly ready to be at home.
Well, Coach, as spring break tours go, this was certainly a successful one. Had some tough, tight losses in there, but 9-2 overall. Before we start talking about individual games, when you look back on it, as far as progress, where did you see your team grow, if anywhere, and what were the things that you said, hey, you know what, we really need to work on this coming out of that?
Well, I think more than anything, we got to Arizona, and we were just on fire. I mean, we came out the first game and hit 6 home runs, I think 4 in the first inning. And, Tempe's a great climate for home runs. Mm-hmm. And, the kids, more than anything, were just playing really loose, really confident softball. And about the time we got over to Fullerton, we bussed over there Monday after our weekend in Tempe. We started just showing signs of wear, and mm-hmm. It wasn't about the week. It was about the 4 full weeks on the road and hotels and travel. And I thought more than anything we had to show a little grit during the second half of the trip. We were genuinely fatigued. And so more than anything, we just showed that we're going to persevere to do what we need to do as a group. It was definitely a full team effort, and we had to really gut it out. I gave them a few days off. Yesterday was the first day we had full practice. I really felt the length of our season is long, and they just needed some time away and the time to kind of catch up on their rest and their studies. So hopefully we're refreshed, and we're definitely ready to be home.
Gotcha, Coach. You mentioned starting out over in Tempe where you faced Arizona State twice. That first day, that Friday, Coach, you passed 10 homers between Toledo and Arizona State. And Sierra Lawrence, not just in that particular those particular games, but just this season really seems to be tattooing the ball this year.
Well, she started a little slow the first couple weekends. She, as our leadoff hitter, we just needed a little more from her. And, she just figured it out. She wasn't staying in her legs long enough, and she's been much more productive, and she was hitting the ball squarely in Tempe. I have to tell you, she really likes playing in Tempe.
I could tell. But not just her. She obviously started out and was doing really well there, but Kelsey Susala played really well down there as well.
Well, Kelsey's just been one consistent player for us since day one. Kid who started, really walked into the program and had spot playing time as a pinch hitter, has made herself into one of our most solid performers this year, hitting close to 400 consistently, hitting with a lot of power. She's really been a bright spot for us.
All right, so then you go and you run rule Toledo and Binghamton the next day, 9-0 and 15-0. And then you come back on that Sunday and you face Arizona State again, Coach, and this time a more decided victory. You beat them 6-2.
Well, and it was a good game. It was a really good game. We actually kind of sealed the deal in the 7th inning. But tight ball game. I liked it a lot because it was, playing at somebody's place. And again, we're scheduling these, top 20 teams with good RPI. To beat them at their place is really significant. To beat them twice is even more significant. But I thought we just played really good softball. Again, we pitched well enough to win. And our team plays as a team. It's not about one person. We certainly have a few stars, but everybody contributes and everybody chips away. So I really like that about this group.
And so then you had a midweek stop to face Cal State Fullerton, And then the Judy Garment Classic, Coach, and absolutely loaded field of teams. You started out taking on Arizona State and then Florida, and those were the two games. That's where you said you started to see the wear come in, 2-0 to Arizona State, and then 7-4 to Florida.
To be honest, Wednesday night against Fulton, I thought we seemed a little flat. And again, the trip's now almost a week old. But against Arizona State, we just didn't seem to we didn't make adjustments. We saw the same pitching we'd seen in Tempe, and and to their credit, they learned a little bit more about our hitters, so they pitched us much better.
Mm-hmm.
And we just didn't make any adjustments at the plate. Then the Florida game, we came out and we got up 4-0 by the third inning, and Florida's as good a team as there is, and we're right there with them though. We can play right with them, but then we gave them too many free bases. We had some hit batters, we had some walks, we had error, and you can't let a team like that. You can't give them anything. They're good enough on their own. So I thought we really let up. I thought our pitchers let up. I thought we really played the uniform instead of the game, and I think that's where we can continue to get better, is just stay better in our moment. I thought we got a little outside our moment that day.
Well, you got outside your moment that day, but, boy, you got right back in it the next day against San Jose State and Baylor. We're talking to Michigan softball coach Carol Hutchins here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA. Online at WTKA.com. You run-ruled both teams, Coach, 9-1 over San Jose State, and 11-1 over number 9 Baylor. And Coach, was in one of these games, did I hear this correctly, that someone intentionally walked to get to they wanted to get to Sierra Romero, or intentionally? Is that how that happened in that game? Is that true?
In the Baylor game, Christner, our two-hitter, is in front of Romo, and she came out and smacked it over the right field fence. Her second at-bat, new pitcher, same thing, hits it in the exact same spot a little bit further. So by her third at-bat, they definitely didn't give Romo or Christner anything to hit. And we laughed. She got to third base. I said, did they just pitch around you to get to Romo?
Wow.
And I can't imagine they wanted to get to Romo either, but it was just a case of, again, we're more than Sierra Romero, and I really like that a lot.
Right, and you finished it out. You finished it out really strong. I mean, Coach, you wanted your team to respond. And, again, a run rule, teams 3 games in a row, including number 9 Baylor, and you finished things off with a 10-2 victory over San Diego State.
Well, at that point, we've been running with 2 pitchers, just Betza and Haley Wagner. Sarah Driesing has been out with a really minor injury, but enough to keep her out as we're trying to get her healed up. And our pitching was really tired. So, really, I told kids, pour it on, because we needed to get the pitchers off the field. And, again, our kids, I say it every week, they're contagious. Once we get a couple kids going, we go. But I'd like us to be a little better when we're not as contagious, and we've got to be able to manufacture some runs when it's tough, as I expect this weekend to be tough. Kent State has as good a pitching as we see. They've got an excellent pitching staff. So we've got to just be a little bit more able to manufacture things when things are going rough. And pitchers, I'd like to see them get one pitch tougher.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, Coach, Sierra Romo, she Big Ten Player of the Week. You've been playing her some at second base. What's behind that, and how is she doing physically right now?
Well, she's actually she is a little bit beat up, but she left last summer. She went home and spent the summer trying to get her arm back. Her arm was pretty shot. It's just from years and years of overuse. And this fall we kept her at second base to try to save her arm, and her arm improved a lot, but she was still having some issues as early as February. And I just really, trying to keep her healthy as long as, for the length of her career. So it's not been a move that's affected us at all. Abby Ramirez has done a fabulous job at shortstop, and we just simply switched our second baseman and shortstop. So you won't see maybe some of the ESPN Sports Center plays that Romo makes over at shortstop, but Ramirez gets the job done. She makes the plays, she makes all the routine plays, and she's really solid. So Our defense is doing its part in that regard. And Romo at second base. When I recruited Romo, she played second base, so she's pretty familiar with it.
Gotcha. All right, we're talking softball with Hutch. And Hutch, we get a chance to see you now as you open your home opener. The weather, I think it was 57 degrees yesterday. They have the grounds. You're able to practice outside. First of all, tell us about that. How did that go? And then tell us about Kent State and what they bring to the table this weekend.
Well, I can tell you that we were on Alumni Field, and I know there's snow everywhere as I'm outside right now, but there's no snow on Alumni Field. Our ground crew did a fabulous job of getting the field taken care of and getting the snow removed while we were gone. And so we're going to be on it. We've been on it yesterday. It was just the kids were absolutely giddy. They were so excited to be outside. And game time's 1 o'clock both days. We play doubleheader Saturday. Kent State, as I alluded to earlier, they've got an excellent pitching staff, and their number one pitcher sports a .34 ERA. We had Fitz with them last year. We played him 3 times, and the first game went extra innings. I think we beat them 1-0 in tiebreaker. So we brought him in because they're as good a MAC team as there is, and we're looking forward to continuing to play good teams that help harden us and get us ready for, the second half of the season.
Gotcha. Great stuff, Coach. Certainly, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, about the softball academy. How can and where can folks go to get signed up?
Well, I can tell you things are starting to heat up. People are starting to tweet about their fundraising. We've got people moving up into the $1,000 range of fundraising. Go to msoftballacademy.org and get yourself signed up. If you don't have a team, we'll put you on a team. We're limiting teams to 10 each, trying to keep them even field, mostly for purposes of just running the clinic aspect of it. But, it'll be here before we know it. It's April 30th. It's just a 2-hour clinic with a 2-hour post-game afterwards, which is the highlight of the whole event. Last year we raised over $120,000. This year we've already said $150 or bust. So we need people to jump on board and come have a great evening with us. Absolutely, folks. And, it is heating up. I see people on Twitter all the time coming at us, Ira. So, we'll be ready. We'll do our part. Question is, are other people going to be up to the task? Coach, we up our game every year, and trust me, we're ready to go again this year. Well, you guys are formidable opponents, so I'm certain that you'll be the team to beat this year. All right, let's see. Look at that. Ira just raised his hands. That right there, the acknowledgement from Hutch is good enough for us, Coach, and we're looking forward to it. Encouraging all of you guys to get involved as well. msoftballacademy.org. Again, msoftballacademy.org. Well, Coach, we're knocking on wood. We're keeping our fingers crossed that this weather stays good, leading into the weekend. Well, we expect the weekend to be pretty good. We'll definitely get out there and play unless there's a big change in the forecast. So our kids couldn't be more excited to play for the home crowd. I hope people will come out and join us. All right. Well, Hutch, thanks a lot for joining us as always, and we'll talk to you next week. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good day. All right, that was Michigan softball coach Carol Hutchins. So they cleared the field off. The team was out there yesterday, got a chance to bounce around a little bit. They hit practice today. And it's good. It was good that she gave him some time off. Yeah, they earned it. It's nice to have the outside available to them once again. It's going to be great to have them home. And, yes, our invites have started going out for our team. And we will be putting more out there about our fundraising efforts over the next few weeks. But in the short term, it's all about this team having a home game. It's about stinking time, Sam. I can't imagine playing that. And they do it every year, but I can't imagine having that many trips and road games before you finally get to play at home. It's crazy. Crazy. But you know what? They don't complain about it. They just do it. And you get the job done. You look at the record, they're killing it yet again. A number 3 team in the country, 22-3 overall. So they do what they do. 8:51 on a Thursday. We got to get to a break. Back on the other side here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, the official voice of University of Michigan.